Hello Baby Gang says, this is Calvin, also known as Omer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Apollo Justice, the Ace Attorney. And it's order once again in the courtroom.
It appears our defendant has lost his motive. Are Mr. Wright supposed to defeat... Never happened.
Supposed defeat never happened. So yeah, we're like at the stage now where like it's very clear that Phoenix Wright did not lose this card game and did not apparently have the motivation of losing the card game to hit this man over the head, Mr. Shoddy, with a bottle. So, yeah.
We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness testimony.
Apollo looks great, by the way. He looks fantastic.
Excuse me. What is it, Miss Orley?
I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see,
See what, Miss Orley? What do we see?
in the last hand, there was a cheat.
Huh?
A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam?
They're all the same thing.
Yes, there was a cheat in the last hand. That is why the game ends with the chips as the way they are.
What's the cheat? There's 3 sevens, an ace, and another ace. An ace of diamonds and an ace of clubs. Huh? Great. Just great. First we have lying, now cheating.
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting.
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating.
This is going to be interesting because like this is a very common thing that happens in Ace Attorney games, by the way, which is like after you catch someone out, they will come up with something else to say, and you have to kind of figure it out from there. Really cool character design early as well.
The last hand, both men had a full house.
What's a full house again? I don't even know. We might press that just to find out.
There's 4 of each card in the deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious.
If you look at both men's hands, the cheat is more obvious. Wait, hold on.
The next moment, the game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took the bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith.
The bottle is in the same position on the table than it was when apparently the supposed argument started versus the end. So I'm kind of like wondering if that's even the case either, you know? Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin, what is a full house?
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker.
I can't say this bodes well for your case or career.
What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring?
Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes?
No. Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Okay.
Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That is a full house.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
So he has is that a royal flush on the other side? Is that what it's called? Wow, they put up full houses. Oh, it's a full house. Okay. Royal flush is all the kings and queens, right?
You forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may
Cross-examine the witness. This is all just like conjecture though, like because then we can't prove that it was like how do you prove it was a cheat? I guess you can say there was a witness there, but like then again it's like it's just their word. And she already has been proven to be not too reliable, but that's, again, this is Ace Attorney, so you're not going to find the most reliable of witnesses all the time. If he did cheat in the last hand, he still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Can I take a look at the hand again, though? The last hand, both men had a full house. Let me just take a look at this hand again. So both men had a full house. Wait, so here's the thing though, right? Isn't getting the king just as unlike, isn't that just as like, as not plausible getting 3 kings and 2 aces as it is getting 3 sevens and 2 aces? Like, isn't that not both like big cheats? Like, is that not like a big, I don't know. That seems like a big deal to me. Full house. So we know what a full house is now.
There's 4 each card in each deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious.
Yeah, I don't, like, if you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious. To me, it's not. Both of them have the same. How is it clear?
Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
A 5th ace? Wait, what?
I remember both hands very well.
A 5th ace? Mrs. hand has 3 aces. Okay. Oh, wait. They both had the same card. Mr. Wright's too. But that's not... Mr. Wright's too. Wait, what? Obviously cheated. Hold on a second. Court record. Not court record. History. Let's see this. So, I said Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. No, it doesn't. It has 2 aces. What do you want about? What's she on about? Girl! That's 2 aces right there. We need to have a conversation, I think. I think we have to need a conversation about what you're doing here. Because that's what we call in the business 2 aces, I think.
Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Miss Payne's joke.
Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please.
This is not the case, my gal. My gal. Can we have a conversation? Yeah, what's wrong with you? It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken, but my name.
Oh, that's a good one. Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in the way that judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo.
What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? Right over here. Look at this right there. Don't even try and stop me. He's 2 aces. In your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Eek.
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused.
There's a different, I don't know, man. That's a big deal. That's like saying there was a cheat, you know? That's...
Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question.
Taking a look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hands. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. Oh yeah, get him. Get him. Get him, Apollo. Red suits him very well.
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day.
You're right to trust your instincts.
Mr. Gavin?
Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Okay, so we can say that the victim's hand is probably the most important because, that's the That's where she said that that's where she said there was a discrepancy, right? That there should have been like another ace there, and she said there was 3 aces. So I think the victim's hand is probably the best idea. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. Yes, 100%. That's the best thing we can do. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
Victim Smith's hand was left at the scene of a full house.
Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we can examine these now. So Mr. Smith's hand was left at full house. Okay, let's go. When examining the evidence, be sure to view from all sides and angles. Try using R to turn it and every which way, and press triangle and square to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. So let's see. Oh, it's from a different set. Look at this. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Oh, the music is so good. And I like seeing Payne like this, by the way. I like seeing Payne like this all the time.
That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand.
I feel like I'm like doing like Bjork voice by accident. Like it's not intentional. Like I don't mean to like piss off anyone who's from like a more eastern country. I'm just doing a soft voice, but like the way her text is gone has made me like do it kind of more like this.
What was that, Miss Orley?
No, niet. I merely said, da, I have eek.
Wait, did she say? But I put that card in Wright's hand. Oh, I didn't even know it. I didn't even pick up on that because I was like talking. Oh my God, silly Calvin.
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin, yes. I didn't notice the game is autosaving, by the way, which is crazy.
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat?
Wait, hold on a second. Gameplay. Text skip off. Box and transparency, medium. No, I like it low. I like it low. For sure. Wait time? Hide UI elements. No. Okay, cool. Yeah. Story mode. Oh, cool. What? Consult? That's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. I was just checking the settings to see what else is different.
To cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say.
The dealer.
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley?
She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do that. Well, we did it. Look at this. The suits are crazy.
Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake, yes. Do not slip the tongue like that again. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put that card in Mr. Wright's hand.
Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shoddy Smith.
Oh.
Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you?
Time for justice. There were 3 people in that room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. This is big. This is a big moment in any trial, like, try to change around the murder. Because apparently, like, in Japanese trials, it's not a situation of, like, and people in the comments have told me this before. It's not a thing of, like, oh, are you guilty or you're not guilty? It's, if you didn't do it, then who did? Which is crazy. But, you know, I love this soundtrack. This is so good.
Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice,
Your Honor,
It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
and that means?
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Wait, what? No way. I was like, that sounded familiar. What do you do, Mr. Wright? We actually got a Phoenix Wright objection in this game. We actually got a Phoenix Wright objection. You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What is it?
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
That dude, you know it's not nonsense. You've been defeated by this guy several times. To think, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous.
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent.
He does for the ridiculous. Well, yeah, true, but he also has a talent for justice, and he's also a person that wants to see everything through to the end. One of my favorite trial moments in the history of of Phoenix Wright has always been the moment where I remember when us and Edward worked together because we both care about justice so much, worked together to take down the one person. It was freaking fantastic.
Perhaps we should go get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. Yes, indeed.
As was said before, we alternated between two decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The two decks of the club have different colored backs, blue and red. One color per deck. Why use different colored backs? We use the same color, then the two decks might get mixed, true. You use different colors and they still got mixed up? That's such a cute face. We used the red deck for the last game.
I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever, in the end, the one card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating.
Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet this card raises two serious questions. What are they? Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? What is this? What if they swapped the card? After Phoenix had called the police, because he would have been out of the room. That's the only time you could swap the card without Phoenix knowing, right? When? There are three broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. I think after.
Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be. I have to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? After. I think after, for sure. Perhaps it happened after the murder?
What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly.
Yes, but tell me, well, I think that maybe they were replaced to make it look like there was cheating going on, possibly, and maybe they failed? How do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, even the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Oh, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question, I don't get how we have such a confident Phoenix. It's crazy. With a Papa hat on. Papa was swapped after the hands were shown after the murder. I've seen this guy so many times, and I did not know it was Phoenix. I think it's very, 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 very silly of me now.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over?
It's to plant stuff, man, to make it look like something happened during the game. Like, it changes the game's whole makeup.
Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who?
The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orly.
Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for the blue? Okay, Phoenix Wright, Olga Orly, or someone else. I think they... Okay, here's the thing. Usually in this game, right? And I know you're going to be like, Calvin, go by your gut. Like, we would say Olga, right? Yeah, I can't get over the music, how good the music is. But, like, I'm starting to get acquainted with the Phoenix Wright games. There's someone else who swapped these cards. It's way too easy for Olga to swap these cards, and also we knew before she was saying she seemed very sincere. And they don't just drop they don't do that in these games, guys, where they drop knowledge into the game. They don't drop some knowledge into these games for no reason. They made sure we said that she was sincere earlier for a reason. So that's just the case. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly either.
What are you suggesting?
It's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point.
Yes, but here's the thing as well. I think not only are we saying that she's sincere, but if we're taking it as a logical thing, like in the room as well, Miss Orly swapping the cards, it doesn't benefit Phoenix to swap the cards. So if this cards get swapped, the only other person could do it was Miss Orly. So why would she implicate herself and then kill someone? Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
If the cards were swapped during the game, it'd be obvious.
No, don't. Who is this?
Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
My apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun this all this is.
Fun? How about confusing? I've no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, then it was only Miss Orly. Then who was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. Oh, you're loving this. He just loves being back in the courtroom.
A new direction?
We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hands. And that someone made 2 critical mistakes.
I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card.
Because the one who did swap didn't know the 2 colors of the cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. Volume 8. The person replaced the 5th with the ace, with the king. Oh. I'm sure if swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace after all. All they knew was that their game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it.
But there's one problem. According to our case, this person doesn't exist.
True. Not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person. Though it's more than a possibility. He's just running this case now. Go on, Phoenix. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
They are ridiculous, they are crazy, but they're like some of my favorite memories of all time.
The trial has proceeded on as one central assumption. Namely that this time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
Mr. Judge, my friend, Mr. Judge, my friend, Phoenix learned it from you, my friend. The amount of times people concealed evidence in this court is astounding, is astronomical. You should be fired years ago, but we like your beard, so we keep you here. I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
That is not enough time. Let me calm down for at least 30 hours, please. April 28th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. I think the music in this game is like, it's unique, but also like it gives you that nostalgic feel for Phoenix Wright, right?
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim that there was another person at the scene of the crime, like that. I must ask, is this the truth?
Well now, I think you know the answer to that.
Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee you the outcome.
I see. You haven't melded that one bit, Kristoff.
Justice.
Yes, sir?
The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me.
You did well, Apollo. That must feel great coming from Phoenix. Can I ask you something? Sure. The locket you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Oh. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. It does look like Pearl. But whether it is Pearl or not, I don't know. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? The fact that he has a daughter is insane. What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. What did you do? It's not unreasonable to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can't be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. True, because of the poker face you can do. You see, poker's all about reading your opponent, yeah. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker's like trial law? Of course Phoenix would be good at this. Of course he would. Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley? She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. Honestly, it's something you should notice, right? It's something that we will get used to noticing. I don't know. It's I don't think it's an unusual request to ask of us to start remembering that stuff. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Man, this is the most calm I've ever seen Phoenix in my life. In my life. Almost forgot one more thing. About this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. And all should be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I mean, we'll try our best, Phoenix. I'll do it for you. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. I don't know, man. I mean, the basic thing we're trying to do, we're trying to get not guilty. Save your current progress. Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's actually like pretty, like the save. I love, by the way, designated saves is something that should always be. I know it sounds like it's just it's a given. So many games nowadays use the PlayStation save files, and it's like, man, I'm saving a Final Fantasy game, and I'm saving in the goddamn. No, Final Fantasy Remake didn't do this, but I think 16 did this, where you save in the freaking PlayStation menu, and it's like, man, dedicated saves are so good, like so cool. Yeah. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. I wonder what the conversation was about. I say it was probably him scolding him for like not getting that information out of Phoenix. That's the only thing I can think of anyway.
Court will now reconvene. Our witness, Miss Olga, only recovered?
Oh, we have to ask her some questions, yeah. Yes, Your Honor. She's regained consciousness. Yeah, this is the thing. This, like, I don't want, like, I feel like, I don't know if Olga did it, but we're gonna, like, we'll see.
Perhaps you can hear the version of events again?
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Ms. Orley take the stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand.
Yep. 100% you have to take the stand.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Not. What? The dice on them. What? This is it. Such a. This is such a Phoenix Wright moment, in the best way.
The name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley.
Oh God. So okay, I'm sorry, but at this point, Olga, you're not doing yourself any favors. Like, now that we know you've been lying about who you even are now, you're not doing yourself any favors, girl.
Oh, really?
Why don't we listen? Great design again, but like insane change.
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like oh really. That's the truth.
So O'Reilly. That's hilarious. So it's like O'Reilly. But it's O'Reilly.
Hope you're satisfied.
Actually, sick outfit, girl. Sick outfit. Witness, you will tell the court what you're really up to that night. I mean, I'd rather know, like, you know, like, the quick change and stuff, like, what you've been up to your whole life, maybe.
Fine, I'll talk. We got a plan, see?
Let me remind that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Maybe. Who knows? In this courtroom, I don't really enforce that.
Fine.
Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game, as a waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim?
Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright.
So this is like, you're kind of admitting you have like some sort of like vendetta against the defendant here.
The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in the Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out and search Wright. He would pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
So you'd brand him a cheater, and basically he would lose, like, in the eyes of people in the world and in that pub and everywhere, he would be branded a cheater, and every single win he ever got would be like null and void. You swapped the cards. Great design, man. Olga, great design.
Exposed as a cheater when losing on top of it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast a doubt on all of his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh, really? Oh, really? How droll. Oh, really? Oh, really? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
Mistake?
I agree the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to the planted card?
Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers O'Reilly.
Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Mind your business, maybe.
Cute, who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad. You hear me? Bad!
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
Here we go.
That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. Wait, so he lost the right hand? The last hand? But the planted card was gone. The trap failed.
But how could it just disappear? Okay, so two statements were pressing.
The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it.
The problem I still have with the bottle is this, right? And I'm going to keep talking about this. The bottle is in the exact same location here as it was, like... Wait, no, they're both after he hit. I'm an idiot. They're both after he hit. I'm an idiot. Of course, this is after, right? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Calvin's a dum-dum. Calvin's a dum-dum. That's not evidence at all. I feel so silly. Forget I even said any of that stuff about the bottle. Okay? Forget I said anything about the bottle. Forget I said anything about the bottle.
It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant.
I don't know why I thought the bottle was evidence. I was like, oh, the bottle thing. Really, it was just like the same time these pictures were taken. One by, they were like, well, the same space, you know?
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us all mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
Look who's talking.
Well, the testimony for what it's worth, it's all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? Fantastic little design here. Look at this. Kissable face. I mean, great design. And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Don't worry, Phoenix made this look hard as well. The best laid traps. Then I planted the card. It was the second and third one, right? We said we were gonna press.
Oh, we were center health.
So everything went according to plan?
Exactly. The 5th days came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search.
But the planted card was gone. Trap failed.
The card disappeared?
Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone without a trace. Poof. Zippo.
It's like he knows the card is gone, so look at him smiling. He knows there's nothing happening.
We searched every nook and cranny. Even inside his little cute little hat.
It is a cute little hat, for sure.
But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct? Never in my long storied career, never has a Quickfingers O'Reilly been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So what...
Are we gonna do this the whole time?
So what happened to the 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant?
So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action.
The next moment, Wright picked up the ball and swung it.
Can we press this as well? Should we press this as well? Isn't that a little odd?
What's odd?
You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing.
Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well,
Wait, what? What was that just now? Like, I sensed something.
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing. I'm just being cute over here. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Yeah, we sensed something. Miss O'Reilly, you're hiding something.
what are you talking about? Me? Quick fingers O'Reilly? Hide something?
Well, I mean, that's the definition. You're pretty good at that.
The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true. I did see it. Honest. I saw when Wright hit him.
Oh god, what's happening here?
With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain part. Oh, it's so cool they're calling back to this. Sick. Did you not notice? So sick they're calling back to this. Was it... She's doing it. She's doing the thing that was called back. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh, we see it. It's a hand. The sensation. It's coming into focus.
There, that twitch, it's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before.
Perceive? Gotcha? Oh my god, a gotcha?
Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you were unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what?
Whenever you get a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
My neck? So what?
What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. That was Phoenix giving us tips. That was Phoenix giving us tips.
When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us?
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime.
So what will remind her of the moment of the crime? The bottle, right?
Whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happen when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left in...
Yes, there we go. The weapon. They're being very nice with the trial though. They're giving us a lot of gimmies.
The red outfit looks so good too. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
Oh, what's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit. Not you. Wait. Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
This is a cross-examination, not a wild conjecture. Cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits. They're completely irrelevant.
Maybe they are relevant in my court of law.
Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself.
This is totally Phoenix logic. We're using Phoenix logic here.
This is certainly a unique cross-examination.
I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now is our only chance to break her.
Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment.
No. It's very cute. You're a very cute little lady, but we can't do this right now. You were bad 2 minutes ago. Okay?
We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please, now. Yeah, take it off again. Yeah.
Bah, fine.
It's funny though that she went back to it right away.
He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Well, what do you like? He's the one who did it. You didn't let him out of your sight, but he went upstairs to the phone. You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table until the cops came.
You know what's crazy about this now? Now it's like a whole different situation. Because now it's like... Oh. Yes. The music's so good. Now we're in a situation where, like, since they admitted they working together to plant it on him, right? Now it's like, how can we even, like, trust that she didn't do this? You know what I mean? Like, clearly, like, they were in there for, like, some sort of, like, attack or something. You know what I mean?
Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So what do you think about her testimony?
Well, I'm going to present the phone, right? The phone call? Is that in there? Yeah, the phone call. Yeah. And we know he called the police. You know? So we can probably present the phone on it, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, her testimony is
flawed. Yeah, it is flawed. It is flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. Yeah.
What's that?
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony.
She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that. Yes, let's go. Miss O'Reilly, we have a record that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Yeah, remember? Remember this? Remember this? And no one had a problem with this before. No one had a problem with this before. This was seen as a fact in the courtroom. And we know that the defendant left the room and climbed the stairs. And made that phone call from the first floor. Remember? Yeah, the phone call was really weird because he was like, oh, like, I need you to handle this or something like that. He's like, I want you to handle it or something like that. Or like, I can't handle this or whatever. I don't know, something like that. So I don't know if was he actually like, unless he was calling Gumshoe. So, explain you kept your eyes on the defendant. When he slammed the table, the car door outside slammed as well. Pretty cool. When he left the room entirely. Oh god, a lobster as well. I love the faces they do when they're in like shock. It's so cool. The man who picked up the ball and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Huh? Oh, here we go. We're getting some like that cool animation from the start. Oh, that's really sick. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Ah! Oh my god. Then Mr. Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right. And he hit me. What? You, some master cheating you turned out to be. That's rough. Is that what she's touching the back of her neck? When I came to, the victim was already dead.
Oh, the victim was already dead, is that it?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in a league with Mr. Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Oh god, he's sweating.
Where does this leave us?
Madness, this is madness, I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with the bottle, I'm imagining all of this.
It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin?
I believe that, as the defense is in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big fat liar.
What?
They were in that room the night of the murder, the defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive.
A motive?
Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with the client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder.
What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
Oh no, here comes Confident Phoenix. Confident Phoenix can't hurt you. He can. He hurts me every day. He hurts me twice a day. He's back. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright?
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph, Gavin.
What are you saying?
Wait. Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess, a single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of the cards were being used. Wait. Is he implicating, Christoph? Was it Christoph or someone else that said before, like when we creaked the cards, he was like, oh, I thought they were only using one color or something like that, or I thought they were only using blue colors. Oh, he did. He said, I thought they were using the blue deck. My guys, I think we just caught. I think we just caught him. Are we saying that he did it though? A fourth person.
This theory of fourth person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to the court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. Oh my god, it is. It's Christoph. Because then if it's Christoph, he can... If it's Christoph, right? He can say that, like, he's saying that, like, if he took it to the police before this, he might have been able to, like, deceive things. But, like, if he's not even suspecting that it was Christoph, or not even implicating Christoph, then Phoenix can be like, I'm fine. You know, like, he can feel like he's fine. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Oh, you're adorable. It's okay. You can say whatever you want. Remember what I said. Remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color on the back of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there was one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out what it was?
It's not me, I swear.
We know it's not you. Like, this is crazy if it's actually him, though.
Who was the fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this?
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? He did. He did. I didn't think of it as anything when he said it first. As anything when he said it first. But it's absolutely mind-boggling that he did say this. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. Oh, the music too, I was right. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. So he was there, he was there. And of course, Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which one of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. But look, you can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but what he said, the cards were blue. It was well before this evidence came to light.
It is true the defendant was engaged in the game of poker with the victim.
Yet it was only that. So this guy that was helping us this whole time, a competition, Your Honor, so he knew?
It's a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Is he still saying calm, or what's happening? Are we gonna have the breakdown? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. I bet it was. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you?
Oh, Christoph? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far.
This is like one of those crazy twists of Phoenix Wright. This is
Beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defendant attorney of murder?
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
Guys, this is going to be a cliffhanger for today, and we're going to be continuing on in the next episode of this game. I'm so excited. So excited to get into more of this, and I'm thankful so much for you guys. I haven't seen the reaction to the first video yet because of course we record these a little bit ahead, but it has been really fantastic playing these games again. And thank you to the Can Never Pay the Baby Gangster here on Patreon, Typharo2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, Normal, Kara, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, George Candelaria, Eskun, Yuld, Radish, Fruity, Orange Bang, Summer Oasis, Def Trappa Nusta, Gibraltar Bread, and Malcolm Kunde. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.